Hey guys, just going to set up a few things here if it wants to. We are going to get week 31 all set up in this live. So lots of good stuff to do. Get your planners out, your stickers, your favorite pins, whatever you've got, and we are going to just get a whole bunch of stuff done. I feel like it's Sunday and I need to prepare my planners. I am going to grab, so I have the dashboard planner stuff here. I have the Daily Duo planner stuff here. And then I just printed out the fitness, but I am going to show you guys, hey guys, let me know who all is here. I am going to show you guys this fitness 3 that is coming to the shop. Just give me 2 seconds to get the fitness one off of the cutter. I thought I had all these pre-cut, so I pre-cut everything for the month that I need for all my Plan With Me's, and I've been giving them to you guys in your orders so that your orders can go out quicker. So it's kind of funny that, I don't know, priorities change quite a bit. I just got to cut one page here. Grab your stuff. Let's get some stuff done. Some pre-planning for the whole entire week. All right, I have all this. My family is at home, so if I get interrupted, then I do. But I don't know, in my mind, I keep on thinking of the fact that I don't have everything all ready to go for the week. And it greatly affects me. And we actually, in the state of Iowa, they make the last week of July a no-contact sports week for high school. And luckily, our studio also follows along with that. So we have no sports and coaches can't contact them or anything. And so that kind of frees up a little bit. We have appointments and we have my work schedule still, but I don't have to run kids for sports. So after that, they make up for it. That's for sure. So, hey, let me know who all is here. I think we're ready to kind of get started. I think the first thing I'm going to do, because this is the non-matching kit, I almost wanted to just make the matching one of this so that we could plan with it. But I also just wanted to get on. So this is going to be the new fitness kit. You will have options of all of these. I'm not taking away anything. I'm adding an additional one based on requests that I keep on getting from a whole bunch of you. And so I made a few changes. So this one is the fitness one. And so if you buy the first bundle, you get both of these. Otherwise, you could do it a la carte. So you could see that this has all the fitness rings. Also, I'm going to say real quick, don't mind my fingernails. We were gardening all morning and they are stained. Anyways, you get the apple rings with this one. And a few people had requested to have boxes instead. And I felt like that was a very good thing because for Happy Planner, I also have boxes as an option. The other thing I'm going to update is up here. It's going to start saying EC for the ones that fit into the Erin Condren lined vertical or the Erin Condren vertical. They're for the 7x9 size. So I'll start putting EC up here. Or it will say HP for Happy Planner because I have plenty of you guys that do both of them. I loved the Happy Planner, but I wanted to be all inclusive with Erin Condren. So the new one you could see here, they have the boxes instead. And then they also over here, they have the goal setting or the habit tracking, not goal setting. And then I also added these flags because they have those 10 dots or 11 dots. There's 11 of them on the sidebar. Like they mostly changed the sidebar and then added lines. And so I added more shoes. I added more weights, did the boxes. So these boxes will fit in the line vertical section. And then these boxes and those two, so these 4 boxes here fit in the sidebar the best. You can overlap them, but they will be a little bit big to go into the vertical section. So you got more of a lot, same price. Okay, so you just have more options here. All right, so we're going to put Fitness 3 over to the side. And then we are going to get going with all the other stuff. I didn't even do my fitness planner last week. Like, I feel so far off. Okay, so we have the dashboard planner. My printer keeps putting little creases, and so I am using a seconds one. That's why there's that little highlight there. So this will be for my business planner, and then we'll be using kit 419. This is all for week 31. I like my whole entire week to match, and that way I know whenever I have my planners open, if they match, I am on the correct week. So this one is 419 is the Daily Duo. We have the bottom boxes for each day. We have the muted color 3F. And then we have our 7th box in extra. So we're going to be getting those all set up. And then we have our fitness. So this will go across to all of my planners. And I believe I have out my Daily Duo planner here. So this is what we're going to be starting in because it is sitting right here. You guys can see I use the heck out of this. So, all right. Hey, guys, keep checking in. I see you guys rolling through. I hope you guys are having an awesome Sunday. It's super hot where we live. There's like heat advisories and all this. So we got out and about this morning. And I'm just doing a quick flip through of July so that you guys can see what all I have done. But we did like all our outside stuff this morning because, oh my gosh, it definitely got too hot this afternoon. I have been using the heck out of this planner. It's working really, really awesome. I am starting to get used to the fact of having the business planner in with the Daily Duo. So this week I ended up making the blank page before it. I ended up making it as my business to-dos. And I kind of like that because you can see this used to fit right here and there just wasn't enough space. So this is this week. I still have a whole bunch of stuff to get done. But like I said, I feel like going into the new week, I need to have everything laid out. So we are going to do the dashboard one. And for this, we have so many colors that can match, but I almost like this bright yellow. Let's see, that it's called gold for mild liners. And I usually always make this box up here to be, let's go on back so I can show you here. This is like my design where I'm at with my kits and everything. I didn't get much done this week. Today is going to be my day. Like this week, it's going to be my week to get it all done. So we have 4 kits. We need 4 horizontal lines. What are you guys up to? It's funny because I've been trying to find other sticker planners that go live, and I am not finding any. I don't know what is up. I'm trying to see if I have another one of these because this one is definitely going dry. I use my mild liners like crazy. Okay, and then we should have 7 across. And I think actually I'm going to add an 8th one because to list, I need to list on Etsy and on my website. So I believe having 8 will be more beneficial. This is the beauty of me drawing these in is that I can change whatever I need to change. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Awesome. I love that color. Okay. And then we are also going into the 27th is the first day. It's July. Let me get, I have a candle out. It is, let's see, what is it? Mango and marigold. It smells so good, but I'm ready to transfer over to, I'm ready to transfer it over to fall scents almost, even though we're still in July. I don't know. I went looking for them and I have a storage room down in the basement and I just don't want to go all the way down there for them yet. But I had this other one here. I've been doing strawberry shortcake one, and that one is delicious smelling. But I decided, Jamie, stay focused and get on the live. Hey, Marian, how are you doing? You requested yesterday I go live on Instagram for packing orders, I believe. And so I did it. And girl, it was so funny because I just switched to just got to 1,000 followers over on Instagram. And that's when you're allowed to to go live. So had it been a day prior, I wouldn't have even had the option. But because I literally finally got to 1,000, I was stuck at like 980 something forever because it would go up by like 9 followers and then it would go back down. And so, yeah, thank you for encouraging me to step outside of my comfort zone and go live. There's definitely a learning curve. It's definitely different than YouTube, but I want to do like different stuff. The one thing I don't know that I will do is TikTok, just because I don't want to spread myself too thin. I don't want to promise you guys stuff and not be able to do it. And I feel like if I put one more thing, like one more platform, it might spread me too thin. So this will be September kits. They will be coming out soon. All right, 424. I've been doing this chart up here for quite some time, and it is so helpful. The other thing you could do, so obviously not all of you guys use this for business or work related items, but this could either be kids' schedules or chores. Maybe these are habits you want to track, even though we have 6 of them up here. Just little things like that. Like always think outside of the box for stuff. Okay, the other thing I need to put is that it will be week 31. That's so crazy. Let's do this orange one, I believe. So week 31. So what are you up to today? That's great. I missed it, but I'll set my notifications on there. I downloaded it, but it ended up not downloading to my phone. So I don't know if I switched out. My goal was to be able to like upload it for people to view later, but I've got to figure out all these settings. And I would also love to be able to download the video and then use it on YouTube as a live too. Obviously, it'll be in a different landscape, but like YouTube is always horizontal and then Instagram is always vertical. So that part I would have to figure out too. But I feel like other people do it. I also feel like other people use like a phone and a camera, like they're dual recording at the same time. So we'll see. I'll learn. I am a creature of habit, but I'm also very willing to learn new stuff. All right. The other thing we know already that we need to label down here is film and edit. And I like using these ones. Yeah, we will do film. And I might switch around a few things with my layout this week. That'll be very weird for me, but you know, if something isn't working perfectly or you need to expand, it's worth trying. And that's what I love about stickers is you can change stuff every single week and make whatever work that you need to. Okay. Yeah, so I still need to fill out like a few things here, but you can see, so what I'm thinking about doing is moving my design list up here because I feel like that'd be an appropriate amount of design list, and then move my film and edit down here because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 lines. So that's what we are going to do because a lot of times I'm writing like small right here too. So hey guys, hey, grab your planners, grab your coffee, do whatever you want. If you just want to chill and not be doing much, that is perfectly fine. If you want to get your planners out and get stuff going for the week, I encourage you to do that too. I like to actually pre-plan like on a Friday for the next week, but lately Sunday has been about our only free day. And so it's been Sundays that I'm needing to do it instead. So whatever works is what I'm going to end up doing in the long haul just because of it. So we'll be on here for a while, depending on how well my kiddos are. They've been very, like, we were out in the heat, so they're very ready to just have chill time and sit and all this kind of stuff. And so we're going to try to get through all 3 of these layouts. We are going to use this. Look how cute Kofa's next to me. She just snored really loud. I think you guys are so used to this. Hey, Zara. Hey. All right, let's get this down. So I like this being down here so that it box in stuff. I made this a members only and I didn't really use it. So I think I like the idea of tracking down there members only, but I've just got to figure out like that perfect utilization for that spot. Let's go ahead. And I have said this before on my videos. A lot of people like to start on this inside corner and then go out, and then sometimes spacing is a little bit off. I always start on the outside corner and go in, and then it lines up perfectly with the edging of those lines. So just a little tip there for you. This is very much so extra to put this down here, but I like the looks of how it boxes in the page and makes it look a little bit more complete. So, all right. And then we are going to put our little graph. We can either put it here or here. I think I like it on this side. I think that works out really good. This will actually help me too, because I have been recording like crazy, but then getting everything edited takes so long also. Usually whatever I recorded, it takes at least 1.5 times of that to be able to edit stuff. And I just don't always have the time for all this. And so I decided I just need to I don't know, go live more often. I really like the interaction that we get with the chat and all this. The other thing I am thinking about for my YouTube members, okay, these would be, I believe the besties and above is what I would offer it to, is doing a Zoom every single month that we could sit down and we could do like goal plan or review or just kind of whatever topic you guys kind of want. We could just plan, we could do whatever, but that way we also can like see what each other is doing, which I think is really beneficial, but I need to figure all of that out. So, all right. Love the colors in this week. Thank you. You're all about the bright colors. I know this is one of my favorite ones. And then the top one actually has like a whole bunch of hearts that have, I don't know how I would call it, is like ice cream dripping down off of it. And I think it's so super cute. I set up my first week in Guess in my Erin Condren horizontal. I will take a picture of it and tag you on it in Instagram. Yes, please do. Horizontal actually intrigues me. It's just not as used from everybody, that's for sure. So yeah, please tag me in everything that you guys do. I absolutely love seeing how you guys are being creative. So it's so different to Happy Planner. I was able to use my Happy Planner stickers in there. I know I have so many Happy Planner stickers. It's not funny. Like so many. Oops, I want the other. This is going to be like encouraging me to post. And so did I post on Facebook? Did I post on Instagram? And then part of me wants to make this members only, but I really interact with you guys more. Let's see. What do I want to do? We're going to leave it open. I'm not quite sure what I want to do. Part of me wants to do edit, but I also feel like I don't know if that's the right answer either. Okay, so we are going to cover up 3 of these and use some habit trackers this week, which is different. I have a heater underneath me and it keeps turning on, and I don't want it being too loud for you guys. Okay, Instagram, and then this one. I'm trying to do short form, live, long form. Like long form will always hold my heart. Have no fear. Long form is going nowhere because I feel like that's where the best interactions are with everybody is long form. And for planners, like I want to see the whole process. I don't want to just like sit here and see your completed one every single time. Like I love listening to like the process that they took to get there. So, all right. Up a little bit further. There we go. Love that. And then we can come over here and we could steal habits. Here we go. And then this can be this week. And then this one, let's make that one priorities. I really did like that, and I really did use it last week. Like, Jamie, what did you tell yourself you're going to focus on this week? And it actually helped. So I am going to just move these over so that they don't get bent. There we go. And then let's go ahead and put our washi strips across that we like to do. They're pineapples. They're cute. And then, yep, we're going to put the design list up top here. And then we are going to put the film and edit down here for the first time ever. It feels really big, but it really isn't that big of a deal. Oh. I'm going to be sad when we're done using this kit, though, because it is a really fun kit. Okay, so down here will be film and edit because I just have too much going on with it to fit up here anymore. And I really hate holding myself back. And then also, if I can't get it on the list, then I start getting confused about like where I'm at in the process, because each video is at a different stage in the process. And then up here is going to be design list. So let's I think we're going to use one of these. Let's use the orange one. Will pop out. Design list. All right, I'm interested to see how planning in this new planner will work out for me. I know I am. Are you using it for like work and personal life, and like what all are you using it for? I love when I can fit multiple things in one planner. So right now, for the pure fact that I have business and personal in one planner, it's been so nice to throw it in my bag and it comes with me. I've just got to remember to look at the dashboard pages that they're actually in there. So it's kind of funny. All right, let's go over here and we are going to lay down all of our washi strips, and then this one is going to go down here. If it wants to go straight, there we go. And these colors are just so gorgeous. I go through so much ink, it's not funny. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. I've got to figure out what we're doing for supper still tonight. We did a big family breakfast. So then for lunch, if the kiddos wanted, they just snacked, like found leftovers and stuff. But yeah, we've got to figure out what we want to do tonight. I feel like we got stuff. I just can't think of what all we got. It's also, you know, that season when you're all hot and stuff, you're just not near as hungry. My fitness planner, oh my gosh, guys, until my kids' birthday, so that's July 9th and July 10th is 3 out of 4 of my kids' birthday. Until then, I was doing awesome. I was tracking everything. And then for the last couple of weeks, I am randomly tracking stuff. Like, it's not being consistent. And I know that is affecting me greatly. And so I need to get back into the tracking. But yeah, I don't know, my body, my vibe has just been so far off. Okay, let's go ahead and get all of our date labels down. Oh, that orange against that red is so cute. So I was sitting down at work because this is like mindless stuff I can do and be interrupted every 2 minutes for, but I was sitting down and writing different topics of videos that I could make that are a little bit different than just these plan with me's, or it could be for members only, or topics for lives. Because I don't know if you guys always want to plan with me for lives. I enjoy doing it with you guys. But yeah, I'm trying to keep stuff fresh also. All righty. Get Saturday in. I also like sometimes when it's members only, I feel like I'm blocking so many people from having the ability to watch it. And so part of me dislikes it and part of me loves it. Like I love that we have the personalized community. So yeah, I've just got to get used to stuff. Let's do MO is what we put down here for members only. And then that is where I will be tracking. I believe there's 8 of you right now. So as a quick shout out, let me get this down and then I will look up to shout out all of y'all that rock so much. We have Harley that is a supporter, and then no pals right now, but then for besties, we have 7 of you. So we have Stephanie, Nikki, Rochelle, Elin, Bonnie, Amanda, and Katie. So thank you guys so much. I absolutely love you guys. So all right, we have more people joining. I absolutely love it. Make sure to let me know what y'all are doing. Get your planners out. Get maybe you want a menu plan for the week and get your grocery list done. And that way, because I still need to put in my grocery order for this next week is why I'm thinking of all this. So yeah, this is your opportunity to either be productive or do a little self-care and just sit and watch and listen. So right now we have 1, 0, and 7 members. So love all of you. Thank you so much. Let's put our work schedule in here too. And guys, I had shown you guys I had gotten this 18-month petite planner, and it's basically a whole bunch of calendars, and they are small size in here. I will say a whole bunch of calendars. And then if you go to the back, it is a whole bunch of different lined paper. But the one thing I will say that I'm not loving, I'll show you on a calendar, is I don't mind that it has the duplicate ones, but down here it has a whole entire week that is for the next week. So at first I was writing everything there, but then when I flip the page, I have to write it again. And then I'm fearful that I'm going to forget to write something. So I think this is going to become either decorative or I'm not going to use it for the week that it says. I'm going to white out this stuff and use it for notes or decoration, or I don't know. I just feel like putting stuff on both of the months, I'm going to forget something. But I did go through and I put everything in here. So I have been using this and not taking my paper copy that I have been doing for years. And it feels very, very foreign, but very, very nice all at the same time. So let's open up here. I'm going to put it off to the side so that I can look at it and know what all is going on. I also have in that I got the meal planner. I really, really enjoy this one. And I take this actually to the store with me. And then as I get stuff, I either cross it out or I highlight it out. Down here, it says meal prep strategies, but that's just where I put my list for meal options. And this has been working really, really well for me. So some weeks I'm doing really good. Some weeks I'm not doing as good, but you can see it's getting used, that's for sure. So I need to fill this out for this coming week, but it's really nice. I do find sometimes I possibly need a little bit more writing space than this, but I also feel like I could just make it messy and write around there. And then the other one that I just got, and I ordered this one from Amazon, it's just an 80-page journal. So it's just lined paper. But I am going to use this for some of my business notes on the kits. So when I have to refer back to it, it's all in one place. So I really love that, like, all 3 of these, I have the other one open over here, but all 3 of these can go together and they're small enough that I could throw in a bag and not worry about it. So, all right, work days. Let's see, on the 27th, okay, so Tuesday and Friday are my work days. So we are going to grab out, let's do a yellow one. And I say this each week, I like to put one of these kind of blocking off a lot of the day when I work, because we're just too busy that I just don't have the availability to do a lot of extra on work days. But usually on my lunch break, recently I've been taking walk, but on my lunch break, I can get some editing done usually. And then we switched our hours at work. So I get off early enough that sometimes I could get stuff done, but also I'm getting up earlier consistently so I can work a little bit or get on my treadmill before I even go to work. So it just takes a little discipline. So pretty covers. Thank you so much. It is so fun. I love them. All right. We are going to steal a couple work scripts from our 4B because I know I don't need all 5 of these in that one. All right. So we have work and we have work here. And then let's go ahead. We don't always lay down our flags, but let's go ahead and lay down our flags based on how much I think I'm going to get done for that day. So on Monday, I do have a doctor's appointment right in the middle of the day. It's just for a testing. So it's like pretty quick, just for an ultrasound of my leg for varicose veins. And so I feel like I'll still be able to get quite a bit done. I generally am a very early riser, and my kids have been sleeping in till like 8. So with that being said, I like to get up. I'm like, my brain is just the most productive first thing in the morning. I like to get up and get going. And so that's where I think I'm going to get a lot done. It's design week. We're going to design all these September kits. Okay. And then on Tuesday I work, but I still on work days, I like to put 2 of the flags in there. So this way too, I don't feel like the pressure. Oh, how did I just skip one? I don't feel like the pressure of having stuff not written in. And it kind of tells me like what my expectations were before I ever even got to that day. All right. And then Wednesday we have just orthodontist appointment for my kiddos. So that should be a pretty productive day for work too. And I know the beginning of this week should be work heavy because the end of the week, I'm not going to have as much open time. So that's where also my mind thought is doing this helps me recognize stuff like that. So, all right. Love, love, love these colors. It's so, so cute. Did you get the monthly and the menu planner from the Erin Condren website or Amazon? I got the menu planner and the calendar. Both of those I got from Erin Condren. And then, because I didn't want to wait on shipping, this cute one I did get from Amazon, but then the joke was on me because the package came empty, like open and empty. And so I had to reorder it a second time to get it. But yeah, I was a little too impatient to do it from Erin Condren. The good thing from doing it from Erin Condren is you earn points towards free stuff in the future and stuff. So next order that I put in, and of course they're 25% off. Their Black Friday sale in July just ended, I believe today. I would have ordered this on there had I realized that was coming up. So I put in to be an Erin Condren affiliate, like one of the people, and literally my application is still stuck in limbo. And when I reached out to them, let's see, this day I have an appointment, but it's in a different town and the kiddos might go with me. So we're just going to put a couple of the flags as I talk. But I kept reaching out to them because this was like forever and a day ago that I did this. This has been in limbo for like 5 months, literally. And they said, oh, we're actually full right now and we're not accepting anybody or even looking at applications until I think they said June 1st. So then June 1st came and I'm like, okay, this should be good. It's not. Like, it's still just stuck, but I also can't delete it to resubmit it. Like, I can get nowhere with this. So I don't know. It's a little frustrating, to be honest with you, because I dislike when stuff is out of my control. And I feel like this one is definitely being out of my control, like out of my reach. So I think it's literally stuck in the process. Like, I wonder if they can even see it. I'm not quite sure. I think they said they are sold out, but it says be back soon. Yeah, so that makes it hard too, because, like if you want to try something, it's definitely worth Amazon. Sometimes Amazon prices are a little bit higher. But sometimes for me, it's worth like ordering them from Amazon. Had I realized how much I was really going to enjoy them, I would have, when they did the last launch, I would have ordered more than just the 18-month calendar. But them coming out with that new product made me think like, oh, I really want to try this. I want to look into this. I believe both of these days are pretty good. So we're going to fill those up. I think that's going to be, let's get down here. We have like a few things going on, but typically on the weekends, we do a lot of like house projects or family projects. But because there's 6 of us, we can get those done pretty quick and then we can kind of chill. Granted, this week, sometime, because, you know, it is turning into school starting again month, we need to get all the school supplies. Usually by now, literally their backpacks are packed, their names are written on everything, and we are ready to go. And that's not the case right now. So I feel like I'm behind. So I told the kiddos while they're off this week, we need to get that done. And what we end up doing is pulling everything that we have from years past because most of it can get used again. My kids, luckily, are kids that actually enjoy reusing their stuff. A few of them need new backpacks. So one of them have gotten theirs already. So that was really good. And then we need to look at other places for the other ones. They didn't have anything that really made them happy where we look. I will say right now, Kohl's has some really good prices. Like they have sales on theirs. And it ended up making theirs like $25 or $30 less for the same exact backpack than where else we were looking in our area. So, okay, I love that. That is so cute. Let's flip over here and we can put in our circles. There we go. Hey, Elin, thank you so much for getting on, you guys. There's so many of you guys. Lynn's here, Raquel's here. Let's see, Kiki. And then we have Marion. I believe I just shouted out everybody. I believe I got everybody here. When do your kids go back to school? August 24th. It's right around the corner. But that being said, the start of August, they have dance choreography. And so each team has a different choreography week. So they are just busy, busy, busy. It's a lot of running back and forth to film for them. And yeah, it's a crazy, hectic schedule that we all absolutely love. And then we also take like snacks and dinner because they are there so many hours that they are hungry and they need, you know, all of the nutrition and energy to keep going. So we basically, like me and the moms, have a little chit chat and we all sign up for what we want to bring on what day. But then we also need to film so that the girls have a video to be able to practice off of. And I work 2 of the days, but that being said, generally everybody loves me filming because for some reason I do a really good job. I don't know what I do differently than what they do because I tell them exactly what I do. But I like to go in there and get a really good film and then I just like share it with everybody. And that works out really well too. Down here, let's use some of these flags for film and edit list while we are doing this. All right, Raquel, you're an empty nester. How many did you have? I'm scared for that day. I'm really scared. I love the monotony. I thrive in the monotony. But that being said, I don't know, like sooner or later, I know it's coming. So I have, my oldest is going into junior year. And so we're starting through the process of college stuff and college dance applications and, you know, like all of these big things. And I don't know, I'm really sad. I don't want her to leave. And it's funny because generally she was not ever speaking of leaving. And then the other day she said something about a college that's 3 hours from us. And I'm like, girl, I'm going to be driving up there every single week. So, all right. Here pretty soon, we are going to take a 5-minute break. I've decided because it's going to be a really long one, we'll stay live, but we're just going to take a 5-minute break so I could go get a drink and all that kind of stuff. So you have one that's 32 and one that's 21. Oh, those are fun ages. Yes, adult ones. So going back to school August 6th, it's so early. That is really early. Are you in the South, Lynn? Because I hear a lot of Southern ones go back that early because it's just too hot to do anything anyways. Yeah, ours is always end of August, and then we have some schools around us that wait until the first week of September. So like after Labor Day, I believe is what their true marking is. And that feels really late. So, all righty. So what is the best way dealing with everything with school? And what do you mean by dealing with everything for school? Like, do you mean like supplies or the schedule, or kind of give me a little bit more of an idea? So I feel that mine is starting senior year. Oh, Bonnie, oh my gosh. I know I'm not ready for senior year, but I also feel like in a blink of an eye, it's here already. Like we have no say in it. Oh, it looks like I skipped a color over here, but we're going to do the same so that they match up. I'm just going to start with this mini, which is the same as what was up here, but then I do have the spacing to add more if I need to, which I really, really like. So all right, this is actually a really good breaking point because I believe for the dashboard, I have everything complete. So we are just going to take a 3 to 5 minute break real quick so everybody can grab a drink. And I could grab a drink real quick and do a couple things I need to do. And because I have kiddos standing behind me needing a few things, and then I'll be right back. So I'm just going to mute you for 3 to 5 minutes real quick. All right, I am back already. I went and got my water because it's hot. It is a hot day. We have like one of the Nest thermometers or thermostats. So it's a smart one. That's why I'm trying to think of a smart thermostat. And basically, on these really hot days, it resets itself to go higher to try to keep the grid happy. And yeah, it turned it a little bit higher. So luckily, I just turned it down a couple more. I try to keep it up, being respectful of everybody else also, but I'm just like, oh my gosh, it's hot in here. So Alrighty. So catching up on comments here, Bonnie said hers is senior year. And then I forget, Bonnie, do you have 4? I forget how many. Lynn, yeah, sort of. We are in the northern South, so Louisville. Okay. So yeah, that's surprising that you guys start of August. That is right around the corner. Oh my gosh, like right after this week that we are planning right now. And then Sarah, schedule trips, supplies. I just don't know where to begin. Okay, so I'm very type A about a lot of stuff. We've still got to do this page here real quick. But that being said, too, didn't I use some of my leftovers? Let me see where I did. I'm just trying to think if I have enough stuff right here to make it happen yet. So we might wait on this page for a minute. We're going to put that over there, and we're going to move on to the Daily Duo sections. So let's get this over here. Let's move the fitness out of frame there. So, Bonnie, only 1 child, 3 dogs, which is a full house. That does sound like a full house. That's for sure. Oh my gosh. So 1 child and they are graduating. Oh, my mommy heart goes out to you already. But you know what? It's such a celebration too. Like it's pretty big. It's a huge, huge thing, but it's also celebrating like everything that you've done over all these years, right? So, all right. So schedules, trips, supplies. What I do for supplies is I get the list for what each of my kids need. And then we pull out what we already have. Like I know I have a whole bunch of highlighters, I have a whole bunch of glue sticks, a whole bunch of pencils. Pencils always get pre-sharpened ones in the Ticonderoga brand. Crayons, it's worth paying for the Crayola brand. Like most things, it's worth paying for name brand. I have to say notebooks, I actually like the Walmart Pen and Gear paper and their notebook quality over like the 5-star and Mead and stuff like that. So figure out what brands you guys like and then get those brands. And I stock up on them when they go on sale. But yeah, so I print out what their lists are and stuff like scissors, they bring home at the end of the year and they can reuse those same scissors the next year. And so stuff like that, we repack back in. Their pencil boxes, they've been using the same one quite a few years because my kids luckily don't break stuff and don't ruin stuff. My twins are going into middle school though. So of course they want a change of a few things. They don't want a big plastic pencil box to take from room to room because now they change for every classroom. They wanted, like my daughter got, let me see. She got one just like me. So I have had this for quite a few years. This is from Target. I love this. It holds so much. I've had 0 issues with it. And I take this thing everywhere with me. So she wanted one like this. And then this side, I don't use it how it's supposed to. I put Post-it notes. But what it does have is that you can put individual like markers or pens or what have you. And then it has a little mesh pouch there too. But she wanted something like this. And so we got her that instead of like the big plastic box. So anyways, I take out the 27th. I take out their supplies that they can reuse. And then I look down the list to see what all they need to utilize or need to get new. And then that's when we start going shopping. I try not to go blind shopping because otherwise, man, the amount of duplicates that you end up with, and some things like markers will dry out. If I see a good sale on stuff, and I feel like my kids have been in school long enough to know when teachers need duplicates of stuff, I buy extra and I just donate it to the classroom. Like I just automatically, when we go in for unpack your backpack, I just automatically send it in. And then usually about halfway through the year, we try to just send supplies in again because you know they are going through supplies like crazy with so many kids in there. So, oh my God, this is so cute, you guys. So gorgeous. Love this. And so we do that for all the supplies. My high schooler gets to just pick whatever she wants to use for school. And she's kind of been through it enough to, I'm just looking through all my stickers to get my planning with Jamie and my check it off list. So here's check it off list, but she's been through it enough to know like which ones that she wants to use. So like how many notebooks she wants, how many folders, stuff like that. She's just used to it at this point. And so I kind of let her do the lead. And I also remind her, like, this isn't the only time. I just have a stack of my most used stickers that I'm looking through here. I let her take the lead with it. And I remind her it's not the only time that we are going to be shopping for school. Like, we can restock halfway through. So don't be fearful that you got to get like all of it right now either. And so, yeah, she got a handful of things that she knew she needed. The one thing, she is just like me. The one thing she will go overboard with is like writing utensils, like those little accessories. She will want new every single year. And I don't blame her because I am exactly the same way. So she got a lot of colorful writing tools, and she used the exact same pencil pouch as me. I ask her year after year if she wants a different one, and she loves it so much. She's like, nope, it works. Let's keep it. So love that for me. And then as far as schedules go, I go onto the website and we have like an event of stuff that is already there for the whole entire year. So it says like when parent-teacher conferences are predicted to be and different events. So I go through there and I pre-write in my pre-write calendar. So now it is this calendar. I have already gone through and I have pre-written, like if there's no school days, I have pre-written, let me see here. Like here, usually every Wednesday we have early outs. Here, the high school does not have an early out that day because we're going into finals, is what I'm assuming is happening right here. And so instead they're having an early out there. So I denote if something is out of the normal. We have, let's see, there's a whole bunch of different stuff. I know parent-teacher conferences I've already written down, and that way I can already start requesting those times off because here in September, I've got to find it. Sometime here in September, they already have parent-teacher conferences, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that seems so early. Or homecoming, stuff like that. I need time off of work ahead of time. It can't be like the week of that I'm requesting it. And so I went through and I wrote all of those down already. So we're all prepared for those. And then anything classroom related for schedule, like usually I feel like those come like either 2 weeks before or the week of. Like you can't pre-plan as much about field trips or classroom parties and stuff like that. Generally, they'll have the classroom parties already written down for the Christmas party and for Valentine's Day party. But I only have one kid left in elementary, so that kind of changes stuff for me. It's really, really sad. Middle school, it will be new for me. Like my other child did not go through this middle school. And so, yeah, first time going through and learning the ropes and what is normal and what to expect. It's funny because my middle schoolers got trapper keepers. And I don't know if that's a thing in middle school, but they both like the idea. I say both because I have twins. They both like the ideas of having like all their supplies together in one thing. So that's why I ended up doing. So that covers schedules, that covers supplies, trips. Like I said, the hard part with that is like knowing when it is and what the expectation. Like for us, any classroom trips, generally they can either order a cold lunch, like it'll be a cold cut sandwich, chips and apples, stuff like that from the school, and the teachers take those along, or you can pack them a lunch, but everything has to be disposable. So grab a thing of paper lunch bags in that case. So I just keep some here. And that way when my kiddos need something like that, I already have the lunch bags. I don't have to worry about it. And I just write their name on the outside of that. And it takes care of the whole thing. Oh, I got to put orders on that one. And then the other thing was supplies. Like I said, we go through all of our supplies. We see what we have that we can utilize for an additional year. And I buy quality stuff generally. Some of it's name brand, some of it does not need to be. It's just over the years what we have found works out the best. And then I buy extra to donate to the teachers because some of those teachers are using a lot of their own money, you guys. I know some people think like, oh my gosh, they get the whole summer off and all this kind of stuff. They don't get paid that well for how committed they are. But so the more support they can get from the families, the better. So I try to just be really, really involved with our school. And we're lucky that we have a really arms open school. Now, our principal did leave. She left for a different opportunity. I'm really, really sad about that, but I'm hoping that Open Doors is going to stay the same. And I've already met the new one at the end of last year. And I don't know. I'm excited. I'm sad that our old one is leaving because I loved her to death, but I'm also still excited because I've heard just wonderful things about this new one. But yeah, keep the open communication going. So, all right, get those out of the way. I believe I have all of this finally prepped. And so we're going to be laying down day by day, I believe is how we are going to do it this time. So hopefully that helps you a little bit. If you don't have a school supply list, don't worry about it. They'll tell you. They'll tell you what they need and what they don't need. And most teachers have some extras that if your kiddo doesn't have what they need for a specific thing, they have extras to help out with your kiddo. So, all right. Does everyone start new planners in July? I've only started in January, and this year I have such FOMO with the new Daily Duo with the dashboard. Girl, I feel you because it's like every 6 months, Erin Condren sits here and teases us with a new planner. So I know exactly what you are meaning by this. I used to, when I first started Erin Condren like 10 plus years ago, I did the January one because that's when like everybody wants a new planner and all this kind of stuff. That being said, that has kind of changed because when my kids got into school, that's when I like the July start because to me, logically, that's when it is a new schedule for our family. That being said, too, our studio dance follows the school calendar. So everything of ours kind of flips over July 1st. So it makes a lot of sense for me. That being said, too, then all of a sudden they end up making a change and you feel like even though I have still 6 months or a year of an unused planner, I have to get something new. I only got new because I was very, very happy with the week at a glance being where this dashboard was. I was very happy with the layout. I only got new because being a content planner, being up to date. And I also got new because I knew that I was already utilizing the dashboard planner as a business planner. So I knew it could be beneficial to me. If I had tried the dashboard planner previously and I disliked it, even as a content planner, I wouldn't have updated. I would have kept with my week at a glance. So I feel like step back and ask yourself what helps me the most in my routine? Like what helps me function the best in my routine? Do those 2 pages beforehand make a huge difference for my routine? And if it could greatly help, then you can get yourself a new planner. And if it doesn't greatly help, then you know what? A month into this, you might not even notice the difference. You might forget about the fact that other people have the dashboard planner. That being said, too, I need to sell off old planners that aren't getting used because of the changes Erin Condren is making. So it's a love-hate with it, how much it changed. I have learned that I really just don't buy the 18-month one. If I wasn't a content planner or a sticker shop, I would buy the 18-month one because I know me and I'll just stay in it and use it for the 18 months. But that being said, with being a sticker shop and a content planner, that's where I learned that like I have to change my mind frame here with this. I need to get back out. I had closed my calendar. I need to open it back up so that I know what we are doing. So yeah, fear of missing out is a huge thing. That's for sure. Like they like to tweak it just enough that you're like, I have to have this new. So I don't think there's a right or wrong for that, to be honest with you, Bonnie. All right, Ellie Cat. I started a new planner in July for the first time. Like Erin Condren for the first time, or have you tried Erin Condren previously? I like the paper quality. Like this is so good. Sometimes I miss the disc planning that I can add or take out stuff, but the paper quality and everything stays in one place is also a really good thing for me. So I know you just got to pick and choose what's worth it. And honestly, Happy Planner pricing was getting right up there anymore. I have a 1:30 appointment this day, so I need to get that in here. But yeah, their pricing, I feel like, was going up enough that I'm just like, let's try something else. It's funny though, at my husband's office, his secretary uses Happy Planner and loves it. So my old Happy Planner stuff, I actually like gift over to her. And so it's worked out really well for us. I do have all my sticker books still for Happy Planner, and I do randomly grab them out and put them in stuff. But yeah, I feel like I need to use them more. My kiddos will use them too. All right. So this is for me, and it will not take long, and it's right here in town, so that helps out so much. Okay. A few other things that we are putting down daily are these three. So log food, weigh in, and then we also have the meal icons. I'm trying to use up some of these miscuts. So if you see me try to peel something off and it's not peeling off very easily, that would be why. These are pastel colors, and so it's not going to look as vibrant as those, but I like to use up stuff, like get stuff done. Okay, so we have the meal plan, and then daily we weigh in and we average it out for the previous week, Monday through Sunday, and then we put that on the new Monday as the weigh-in, and this has actually been a little eye-opening. The other thing I did is I got a pedometer. I have not taken many steps today. I've had a headache half of the day. I got a pedometer that is separate from my watch. A, I'm halfway tired of wearing my watch. B, my arm isn't swinging most of the day, so it's not accurately counting. Also, I was already questioning how it was counting. So I got this. It was only $20 or $25 on Amazon. I'm really liking it. I just throw it in my pocket. And I have to say, I didn't have it with me half of the day, like when we went out into the garden, because I didn't want anything happening to it. But yesterday I looked at it while we were at deck hockey, and we walk a lot for that because it's in a park and you're going. I think this is everything for Monday, surprisingly. So let's move on to Tuesdays. So we were in the park, and it was like 1,500 step difference between my watch and my pedometer when I looked. And I even showed my husband, and I'm like, I can't believe how much of a difference this is. Guys, I must have from my candle like a little ash, because I'm noticing little black marks randomly. I lit that candle and it kind of sparked at the same time. So I wonder if it threw some of the ash over, and now it's ruining it. But yeah, they were like 1,500 steps off. And that was by like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, possibly. And that's with us sitting for a minimum of 3 hours, sitting for deck hockey. And so, yeah, I'm a little intrigued to see how much. I feel like at home, it's not catching my steps very well, though, because it waits until you take 10 steps and then you continue to take steps for it to start counting, which I like. But also at home, a lot of times, like I take a few steps over here and I do something, and then a few steps here and I do something, a few steps here and I do something, and it's not catching those steps. So yeah, we'll see. We're gonna put it to a test and see. It's all for just basically seeing how accurate my watch or my phone is. And some days I just don't want my watch on. Okay, Tuesday I work, so we need to put that down. What I've been doing is using these lines, either the dash line or the straight lines, and I work 7 to 7:30. So I just put them on the outside ridge to remind me it's an all-day event. So we're going to lay these down first, and then we will put one of the boxes over it. We're just going to take the top one. And then my neighborhood kids are being funny outside. We are going to put work. And I'm looking for, here we go. I knew I had some scripts here that are bright colors. They're beautiful. Let's put a stethoscope. I'm a nurse. If you're new here, let's put it right here. And then I like to write in, I'm going to get my other badge and lunch, because I like to take my lunch every day. And then if there's anything specific that I know I need to do, like last week I needed to put my work unavailability and vacation requests in, if that's already done. All of my work icons, like my education things, are all done and stuff. So I think I'm good. I am running the lab this day, so I know I pack a little bit differently if I'm running the lab versus if I am working the clinic that I usually work. Okay, so put a to-do up there, and then we have the log food, the weigh-in, all that kind of good stuff. I forgot to put the kit number on Monday, so we do need to flip back over and do that. We need our meal icon. This meal down here is always supper. I don't always write in all my other meals because I do that in my fitness planner, but my supper one I do like putting in here. Let's flip this over real quick, and come steal kit 419 is always on Monday that I put the kit number down here. Okay, for Tuesday, it's a no dance week, so I don't have to worry about that. I believe that's all then. We're ready for Wednesday already. That went so fast. We have orders down here every day, and yeah, we are good. This might be going faster than what it normally does without having all the kids stuff in it. We do sometime this week. We want to get together with great grandmas and go out for pizza with them. So I just need to chit chat with my husband and ask him what day works for him for work. Because I told her we might even just be able to do it during the day when they're not as busy too. So every week I put a weekly text out, like you can see here on Sunday. It's a double injection week for my son. I need to send out the weekly text, and then I need to work on my master bedroom. But the weekly text goes out to my 17. She's now 17. Oh my gosh. My 17-year-old, my husband, and me. So we're the three drivers. And basically what it is who has what going on at what time and who is driving them, if we already know that ahead of time. And that way there is no confusion about what the expectations are, and everybody's on the same page. It has been so good. I don't know if it's been really good for them, but it's been great for me, because otherwise I'm getting a text every single day asking, like, who has what time is it, who's doing this. And so it also allows everybody to look at the schedule that is in charge of it to say, hey, you forgot I have this on this day too, and it's not a last minute thing. So it has been really, really nice. All right, this is trash and recycling day. So on Tuesday, usually I do the fridge clean out, the pantry clean out, collect all the trashes and all the recycling, but I work that day. So this is telling me on Monday I need to get that stuff done. So a little reminder, we do have an appointment on this day. So we're just going to flip these back over and go through them. Here we go. Let me see if any new chats here. So you've always been Erin Condren, but had started in January. I have used Erin Condren for the last 10 years. That is awesome. Yeah, there's no right or wrong. Like they end up being the same planner sooner or later, but yeah, it's kind of when do you want to switch over is one of the big questions. All right, so weigh in. But couldn't pass up these new ones this time. Yeah, if one of the layouts are going to be better for you, then it's worth the money and just resell your old ones or just say, hey, the new ones are better for me. Like sometimes it's that simple. All right, our appointment is at 9:40. So we're just going to take this next one, this gorgeous yellow, and let's put it at the 9:30 slot. And this is orthodontist. We're going to see if we have an orthodontist script in here. We do. Yeah, here pretty soon we'll have to do the drop off, the pickup. Our school drop off and pickup is getting ready to become hard though, because we are now doing 3 different drop off pickup locations right here. I have a little gnat flying in front of me. Wow, I can't do that left-handed. There we go. And then I said this was at 9:40. So yeah, it's going to take like 2 hours to do all the drop-offs. And then in the afternoon, 2 hours to do all the pickups. That's counting we live 20 minutes away from school. So it's going to be something, that's for sure. All right. 2 of my kids have orthodontists. Let's just write adjustment. Usually I write orthodontist, but I use the sticker for that already. So, all right. I need a little drink here again. We're actually getting through this a little faster, especially for the fact I'm chatting with y'all. I do want to go back here, meaning I worked this day. So let's write fridge, pantry. And that way I know when I wake up in the morning, like I have stuff I need to get done on this day to keep the process rolling. And then collect trash / recycling. We are a family that actually keeps up with all of this very, very well. This is like the final sweep through though. So we've got all those. And then Wednesday, I believe we have everything. I'm not going to be surprised if this needs to be a laundry day by that point in the week, but we will wait and see. All right. I love this rainbow plaid. This is so cute. Here we go. I cannot believe it's almost August, so I am sad. Like a blink of an eye, summer is almost gone. We did a lot at the beginning of the summer, knowing how crazy busy our schedule is, though. Like we just know that we have to fit stuff in when we're allowed to fit it in, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Okay, Thursday's not a work day. We need to do the weigh-in, the log food, and we can do the meal one already. Actually, let's put this stuff down because that's what's stopping me from using those ones. If you don't want to use these up here, they fit perfectly in here. So there's same exact sizing. So if you like the sizing of making this an additional to-do list, then these can always go down here. And obviously the colors always coordinate. So try to make like extra choices as to where stuff can go. All right, Thursday, I have my doctor's appointment. And the kids might go with me again. We will see. I give them the option. And it's in a different town. So they usually like to go so that we could do stuff. So maybe we'll have a few things planned. Last time we went to go shopping and they just weren't vibing it as much, surprisingly, because my kids love to shop. Kova, what are you doing? You okay? You're being funny. They weren't vibing the shopping thing, but we ended up at the mall, and it's a mall we really don't go to, and they had fun with that. So that was still good. This one is just a follow-up for GI. Like, honestly, I feel like this should be able to be a telehealth one, but GI mom. But we'll drive up there anyways. Let me let Kova out real quick. All right, we are back. We have that one done. Like I said, I almost want to put laundry day on that Wednesday, but I think I'm going to wait. What we do need to put on this Wednesday, though, is this one I water. Let's put it over here. When I water my plants. Water plants. So every Wednesday, all my indoor plants, I water all of them, and I kind of know which ones need it every single week and which ones don't need it every week, and so forth and so on. So that works out really, really well for me. Let's move that over just a little bit to be cute. There we go. All right, back to Thursday. We need our meal icon. We have a few meals already discussed with the kiddos, so I just got to look at the schedule and see which day works the best for each of them. Because tell me if you agree, but one of the most exhausting parts about being an adult is like figuring out what everybody's going to eat every day. And of course, everybody has an opinion about what they were going to eat every day. Okay, Thursday we are good. And then, oh gosh, it's a split week. I knew that. I was prepared for that, but I also wasn't. Okay, Friday, we are going into the pineapples. I don't like pineapples. Okay, let me ask you something fun. In the Midwest, one of the pizza places, one of the big thing is Canadian bacon and pineapple is the flavor that they put together. Does pineapple belong on a pizza or not? So I want to know how to make I don't know. Oh, that is so true. The other thing that happens in our house all the time is not me. So not me moves in pretty often. Like, hey, who did this? Not me. Who put this here? Not me. Who was supposed to do this? Not me. So not me is our seventh household member all the time. Yeah, the I don't know is hard. And it's funny because when my whole family tells me I don't know, and then I pick something like, hey, we're having spaghetti tonight, and everybody's like, I don't feel like spaghetti. I basically say nobody was willing to pick it when I was asking. And so this is what we're having because this is what we have all the supplies for. And this is what's planned. And then whatever they've requested, I just put on a list for a different day. But yeah, I don't always give in to it because I'm just like, I asked everybody's advice when it was time to do the grocery shopping. So yeah, it's so hard because you don't know what everybody's going to want. But that being said, if I let my kids have what they wanted every day, we'd live off pizza and chicken nuggets. So I have to be a dictator sometimes and just be like, absolutely not. You need more nutrition than pizza, even pizza rolls. So pizza rolls and chicken nuggets. And then my daughter does ramen noodle, but that's on like high dance days. And actually her cardiologist recommended for her to do it because otherwise she passes out because she doesn't have enough sodium. I don't know. It's a fun thing. So not in Kentucky. Not for me. Don't like anything sweet on pizza. I have that with mine and my partner. It's a big thing. The other thing too is Canadian bacon and sauerkraut. And I don't like pineapple. I don't like sauerkraut. I do like Canadian bacon. But yeah, you won't see me eating sauerkraut. Oh my gosh. My mama loves that though. She thinks it's the best. Oops. Before I do this, this is a work day is what I'm getting ready to lay in here. So what is a funny, like pizza flavor that you guys have in your area then? Like, what do you think is different? The other thing too with pizza, I don't know why all of this is with pizza. The other funny thing is growing up for school, whenever we had pizza at school, we always had corn as a vegetable. Like it was just automatic. And then at home, it was the same. We always had corn. That's really crooked. We always had corn with pizza. And it wasn't until I met my husband that he's like, what are you doing? Like doing corn with pizza, not necessarily on the pizza, it's as the vegetable side. And he thinks it's the weirdest thing. He's grown to like it now. We've been together for over 2 decades, like over 25 years, in fact. But it's funny that how much he greatly disliked it at first, I think is the best way to say it. He thought it was so gross. But it's a very normal thing in my life. Like I never even thought twice about it. So what is something in your area that everybody else is always like, why are you doing this? This is so weird. All right, here we go, my Planner Kate stethoscopes. And we're just picking, I was going to pick purple, but that really doesn't match any of that. Let's pick, we don't have a yellow. Well, maybe we're doing purple then. It's all bright colors. And then I have to put my location, badge, and lunch. I did have a recent request to make a dinner script for the fitness planner. And we'll discuss that when we do the fitness planner, but that will be happening. So if you guys are wanting a dinner script, it will be coming to the shop. I think I started making it, and then in my life, people either call it dinner or supper, and maybe I should just make both. But I feel like I got torn. Like, I don't know what the people really want. So it's just kind of funny. So you've never heard of it. I know it's a weird thing, but multiple pizza places around us do it. So it must be a Midwest thing. I don't know. For me, sweet chili chicken pizza. Sweet chili chicken pizza. I see chicken on pizza, like Alfredo chicken pizza and stuff like that, bacon chicken ranch pizza, but sweet chili chicken pizza. I need to ask my husband about that. I feel like that's something he'd probably like. We put pasta in our chili. Okay, I see that sometimes, and I feel like it feels weird. Like, to me, that's goulash. Is it like a spaghetti pasta? Or is it like an elbow macaroni pasta? It's interesting to me. It's intriguing to me. Chili, we don't. We put beans and we put tomatoes and stuff like that in there, onions. But we don't put pasta in there. So this is a fun conversation to have. All right, Friday, anything else? I feel like no. And then we go over to August 1st. And I already pre-wrote in. On that day, we have Old Navy Super Cash starting. I actually have like 3 of them starting on that day because we've been going there so often lately for their birthdays. So I need to remember to see if there's anything else that we need, that we need. And that way I like to go ahead. Like if there's September 1st that there's something that I know needs to happen, I like to go ahead and already write it in. And then if I can't rewrite it in, then I do a Post-it note there. And that way it's like in my brain, because God knows when it's the 1st, I'm going to forget all about that. Okay, we can get rid of these because we have already done everything as far as work goes. I just work twice a week. I was 3 times a week. I cut down to twice a week quite a few months ago, and it has been a big difference as far as keeping up with stuff, personal life for my family, business life, all this kind of stuff. All right, Lynn, thanks for the live. Jamie heading out to pick up the kids at the grandparents' house. We put pasta in our chili. I put thin spaghetti. That is so funny. Maybe I need to try it. I feel like my kids might like it, actually. So thank you so much for joining in, too. This has been a really fun live. I figure the weekend would be a good time to try to catch quite a few people that might not be able to jump on during the work week. And so, yeah, I thought it was a good time. And congrats on your kids being at the grandparents. It's kind of a nice little sweet babysitter every now and then, isn't it? All right, Saturday. Get that out of our way. We need to do weigh in, log food. For logging food, I use my Fitness Pal. And it works really well. It saves everything that you've used in the past. So the more you use it, the easier and the quicker it is. Like, absolutely love it. I've tried other ones and they're just not, I don't know, they're not working the same for me. And yeah, I need to get back into it because when I log my food and I weigh my food, like when I hold myself 100% accountable, I could shred some weight. And so the fact that I'm not shredding the weight, it's all because I'm not tracking the stuff. It's all my fault. So, okay. I think Saturday is actually done already. That is crazy. Okay, let's go on to Sunday. I still have a whole fitness planner to do. So I'm trying to get through this so that we can get through all 3 of the planners on one live. My kids are being so cooperative. They're being so happy with their downtime. I think I wore them out being outside in the heat. They also swam for a little bit after that. So they are feeling the tiredness. I bet you if I went and looked at my girl twin, if I went and looked where she's at, I bet you she's sleeping. Because she was watching her solo video on the tablet, like trying to memorize it and stuff. And I bet you she fell asleep doing that. So, alrighty, this one goes down here. And again, we have orders as the first one on for the whole week. Get our check it off list. This is a very colorful page. I'm going to love this one. Get our to-do. Here we go. And then let's restart here. So weigh in. Oh, you know what? On the first, we were going to do like measurements and all that kind of stuff because I have to say, I mean, right now I feel bloated from having a big breakfast still, but I kept feeling like my body's changing even though the weight wasn't. Like I feel like my waist is going in and I'm not having as much bloat because I'm actually like watching what I'm eating, like picking healthier stuff. Portion control is a huge thing. So yeah, I should remeasure. I'm just a little sad if it doesn't show up in the measurements, but I feel better. Okay, Sunday this Sunday is a single injection week, and then we have football equipment pickup. So let's get one of these. That's from 4 to 5:30. Let's pick this teal one's really cute. And we'll do that. Let's get this calendar one out. That looks really cute. And we color code everything. And for my son, blue is his color. And let's put football equip pickup. 4 to 5:30 p.m. I wish it was earlier, but I also get they're trying to make sure like everybody's done with church stuff and family events and all that kind of stuff. Single injection. Let's write that over here. Single injection. We need to do the weekly text. And then going into the week after this is choreo week for one of the teams. It has 2 of my daughters on it for dance. And so let's put Excel choreo prep. And that is telling me like I need to prep stuff for the week, like what the snacks are, the meals are, the drinks are, make sure they have all the supplies they need, make sure that I have storage on my phone to be able to do all of these videos, because notoriously I start running out of storage. So I need to go through and make sure all those get done. Okay, and we put the meal one down here. Let's get picked up here a little bit. Like we're going to reset. I'm going to flip through it to show you guys. And I'm going to leave my tweezers out because we know we'll be using that in the fitness planner. You guys are going to be so ashamed of my fitness planner when I show it. Okay, so Sunday, I love this coloring. Oh my gosh, it's so satisfying when everything is laid out ahead of time. Because it's just so necessary. You know what we haven't done, we still need to do is this page. And I really liked how right here, how I did it for the week before. Like this worked out really well. So let's just get out stuff that we have over here because I actually see how this can work already. We have, these can go down here to make a washi strip. There we go. Oh, another funny food thing that we always did at school, but I see more people do this one, is cinnamon rolls with chili. Like, does anybody do cinnamon rolls with chili? I don't know. Like, it didn't feel weird growing up. And my husband, like, loves that combination. We recently started it with the kids because I'd forgotten all about it. All about it for years. But yeah, as a side, it's a cinnamon roll. So it's really, we're going to use one of these boxes this time. And let's do we want yellow or let's do the red because I'll kind of pull from this last week over. So week 31, July 27th through August 2nd. Okay, and then the other thing we can do, I'm just trying to use some of the kits. Where are you? Where are you? This one or this one. Okay, these are the 2 options. We can either put here and put Planning with Jamie Brain Dump or put this one, Planning with Jamie Brain Dump. Let's put... Hold on. How big is this one? Oh gosh, if I put it up there, it's way too big. Let's put this one up there like we did last week. Right in the middle. Oh, that's cute. And then we're going to use this one. And yeah, let's write. I already don't like my writing with this. Planning with Jamie. That's messy writing, but it gets the job done. And then, do we have anything that's cute to put on here? We're going to get rid of those. The conversation or the coffee cup could work, I feel like. Let's do the coffee cup one. There. And it can go down here in the corner. There we go. Oops, I thought it was straight. It was not. Don't complicate it, Jamie. There, that is really cute. Then we have notes to do next week. Let's do to do over here, and then we're just going to leave it at to do. I was thinking about adding either notes or next week, but I think that's going to work actually. Okay, that's really cute, you guys. This is Word. Like perfect. Absolutely loving it. All right. So Ellie Cat, never heard of that. So funny how different places do different things. Yes. And then let's see, Marion. I made chili yesterday and today we're having the leftovers with white rice. I've considered doing that to stretch it a little bit further too. We do make taco soup, and that can have rice in it sometimes. So I completely see how that would work out both ways. Oh my gosh, so cute. All right, this one's all done. Let's get our fitness planner out. Okay, who all that is on here does a fitness planner with me? And if you don't, you could stay for this live still because you might find different ideas. Or that being said, get that off of there. That being said too, maybe you like the idea of a fitness planner. Okay, I will show you guys. I don't even recall what all I have in this planner quite yet. I have to say, the other planners are definitely priority over this. And that being said, I'm notorious for not making myself a priority. So I'm trying to because I want to feel better. May and June, I didn't do anything. July, we made all of our goals, and I really liked this, like laying it out. And I've actually referred back to this multiple times for this month. So I feel like it's a very beneficial thing. Put the step tracker in. I just need to go back through and fill it out. I have different size options of this, or you can even do it as a digital download and print it out yourself. But you can fill it in for 5,000 steps, 7,500 steps, 10,000 steps. You kind of just put wherever your average is. If your average is below that, just white these out and write in, like maybe you want to get up to 5,000 steps. And so that's where your top number is. So you can make whatever you want to make. It's funny because they kind of say the 10,000 step thing is just a funny little gimmick. But okay, so July, I actually have written down a lot of this info here, and I just need to get it into here. So I am tracking all this kind of stuff. I just need to get it into here. But yeah, it's move, exercise steps. W is my work days, and then weekly average is the goal days. And so this is just a lot of data, and data really helps encourage me and motivate me to get better than the previous time. So I'm going to move those out of the screen. There we go. And then I didn't do anything with those pages, which is fine. But you could see when I'm using this, this really works for me, and I'm really, really loving it. I have to say the changes I made with the new one, the Fit 3, I think I'm going to start using the Fit 3 because I do like that. Didn't use it this week. You can see I was putting in my food. These foods I might have written down elsewhere that I just need to put back in here, but it not having stickers on it just threw me for a loop. Repeat. This is the week that we are getting ready to pre-plan for. So this is my goal of getting back into it. Where did I put, right over here, I'm like, where did I put our fitness stuff? So absolutely love this. This helps me so much. Like I said, I am pretty sure I'll use Fitness 3 with Fitness 2 for like upcoming ones. I've just got to wait until 423 for sure has the design. I might, if I get time, go back and redesign 420 and on, but we'll see. We gotta see if I have the time. Time is always my issues. Bonnie, me, laugh out loud. Last week was terrible for me. No stickers down, and I didn't do anything. Yeah, sometimes I think this is a distraction, but then the weeks that I don't have the stickers down, it just my mind is just like bleh all the time. So it's not a distraction. It actually works for me. Let's write in our date ranges down here. 27, 28, 29. I do have date dots that fit into this. If you want to purchase them separately, you can. It has 1 through 31 on each sheet. That being said, you can also use, if you have all date dots from, I'm trying to get it from this page. So obviously we just use this for this week, but if you have previous ones, you can use these date dots on it also, or you could just write it in like I do. So you have multiple options there. 31, 1, and 2. Sometimes I like, not sometimes, a lot of times I like when planners are truly like written in. Like it really, really helps me. Okay. Let's also write in here, our goals for steps each day is going to be 5,000. So 5K daily steps goal. And that way, when I'm looking at this in 6 months, I know if I hit my goal or not. So I like information. Like extra information helps me a lot. All right, we generally put these up at the top. So turn it to the side and put it on. Flip it over and do the same. Rinse and repeat. So, all right, how many of you guys are doing fitness planners with me? I have to say that having the new lined doesn't make a difference to me. I feel like it's all the same in my brain. I can see if you were using this for daily life and you were so used to making, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7 lines here. If you were used to writing 8 or 9 things on a to-do list here, and then all of a sudden the lines come in, that could throw you off. But as far as utilizing it, it hasn't thrown me off at all. Like even down here, I just write, like I just act like there's not lines, basically. And it works well for me. The lines are faint enough that it doesn't bother me. Okay. How did I do? See, having a few weeks off, it's thrown me off. How did I do this last time? I like that. And I feel like I have a whole bunch of habit trackers. So I feel like we're going to have what we need. They are towards the back here, right here. There is an orange color. I'm trying to think of colorways. So this orange one, and what other one could work? This one I feel like could work. They're not perfect, but it works. It gets the job done. And then let's grab week 31. So we can put that in. We might lay it out just like it is here. Except for I kindly want the weekly weigh-in at the top. Okay. I'm trying to think of my spacing. Let's go ahead. If I feel like any of these can go, I was trying to think if there's a certain color that I want on one side versus the other, but I don't think it really matters as far as these colors go. It's such a colorful kit. So then these 11 dots kind of throw me off because it's such a small writing space after that it throws me off a little bit because of it. And so to me, I don't know if I'm going to use these. I did on, let's see, is it in this planner? I feel like it is in the back. That's all the notes page, Jamie. You're being so funny. Or maybe actually it's in August. I remember where I did it. My testing the new sticker kit. Here we go. Guys, okay, see why I'm going to use the new one? I like how this all like pops out, But what I'm getting at is over here, I was going to use 4 of the flags, and this was going to be my goals for carbs, proteins, fats, and calories. And I could write in what my goal number was, and I feel like that would work really, really well. So I really liked how all of this went. I think we're going to recreate that this week with what we have, because I have extra, like either bullet points or stuff like that we can use. So we like to put our weekly weigh-in at top. Let's do that. There we go. That coloring is so pretty. And then, I don't know, I really like these boxes too. I'm questioning where I want the steps. Let's just put the steps next so that we know the spacing. It's not that big of a deal. If we don't like it, the next week we change it. It's literally that easy. Let's put up here also. And that way, color-wise, I kind of know where I'm sitting at. Yeah, I'm really excited actually for my new fitness ones. When I'm looking at this, like I remember how much I liked those boxes and the pops of colors. Okay. This one, I think what I'm going to do is make it smaller and put it up with the washi strips. I think it's going to be cute. I could have grabbed bigger scissors, could have I? All right. Get those out of my way. Oh, that's cute. Okay, that works out. Okay, then I definitely want one of these boxes next. I'm trying to think space-wise how this is going to work, and I can see already I need to white out these. This whiteout is from Amazon. I get it in bulk. It lasts forever. I recommend it. It's linked down below. Do you do a budget planner or make budget kits? I do have budget kits. I don't do a budget planner on video. I'm grabbing a few of my budget kits for you. They are very simple, and I made them simple so you can even use a 7x9 planner, or you could use a 7x9 notebook. So these fit really well with the notebook pages. And I have, so any of the kits that have a monthly kit as an option has a budget kit also as an option. Okay, so it can match your monthly. So yeah, there's a whole bunch out, and it's funny. Maybe it's because I don't make videos, but it's very random when people buy a budget kit or a budget kit from me. It's not super, super often. And I think it's just, I don't talk about them very often, but you can see I make them. I have a lot of them. So they are good options. And they are, like I said, they are designed for a 7x9 size, and you can just use them in a 7x9 size notebook is what I was doing when I was doing it. So I end up doing it for my business. But super cute. They say income, total income, expenses, total expenses, and then expected actual plus and minus. When I did my research, it seemed like those were the terms that most people liked. I didn't want to get too specific that it would kind of make it so that certain people couldn't use it. And so I tried to keep it as all-inclusive as I could. So yeah, you're welcome. No problem. Like I said, it's one of those things. I just don't do the videos and all that kind of stuff about it. Under the listings for budget, though, there are photos of how they lay out on a notebook page and all that kind of stuff if you want to see an example. So thank you for asking. All right, we have this. I need to figure out the spacing. Let's get the kit number. Oh, you know what? It's going to lay over, actually. We're going to have to wait on the kit number until, let me put this one down, and then we'll put the kit number down real quick. Oh, really, Kova? Kova is scratching next to me. If you guys are wondering what that noise is, she is scratching. There we go. And then I love the idea of doing the yellow in between these teal boxes. I think that'll be really cute. All right, and then go into teal. Oh, and then it just leaves one space. See, we could have perfectly put that week 31. The one space. Oh, do I have, you know what? I think I do. A habits flag. I wonder if I have a habits flag that will work there. Some of them are in with colors, and then some, that yellow isn't quite bright enough, but that might be an option. So let's keep that. This is, nope, that's notes. I was going to say maybe that one. I just sit down randomly and I put, like at the end of the week, if I don't use this stuff, I just randomly put it back into my reusable notebook. So what are you doing, Kofa? That green definitely doesn't match, so we're going to bypass that one. Blue. That is a way off blue. And I feel like back here I might have some that says habits. Do I? Maybe I don't. Maybe it's in with the H's. Otherwise, we might have to use this one. Let's go all the way up here to there we go. That teal. That teal is quite a bit different. Pink. Let's do the yellow. There we go. It's not the perfect yellow. Let me get a drink here. All right, it's not the perfect yellow, but it's not a bad yellow either. We can put habits. That makes a lot of sense right there. Okay, then let's keep going with our macros down here. We'll kind of finish this page and then we'll flip over to the next page. Gotta put Cove out again. All right. All right, let me know if you have been here the whole entire time because you guys are champs. We are almost on 2 hours. I love it though. I think I'd rather do this than to record and edit and stuff because like I said, I love our interactions that we get this way and the open dialogue and all this kind of stuff. Let's go ahead. We're going to put a yellow up here. So cute. And then let's go into red or pink. I don't know what color you really want to call this one. And then into orange. Beautiful. And then I like to do the staircase. And so I basically, these are all orange, these are all red, these are all yellow. Otherwise, you get 7 of each color. So you have plenty of options as to how you end up designing this. That is why I keep them separate the way I do, so that it gives you guys choices. Because maybe on the center one, you don't want to put any at all. So it's I do know the request I got was because this is breakfast, lunch, dinner. Or it could be breakfast, lunch, dinner, you know, however you want to label it. Let's see. Then we need yellow. Lovely. And then red again. One of my favorite kits, you guys. Loving this. There we go. And then let's flip over. See how much stickers really matter. For people that say that they don't, I don't think they've really used them. Because I have to say too, the more stickers, the more this planner works for me, because it just like assigns sections in my head. So it makes it like fully functional versus like struggling to know what to place where. Like if I just see this open, I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't even know where to start. Versus when I sat down to make this fitness kit, I literally like took these pages and I was like writing all over them. Like, what do I want this to look like? What do I want this section to be utilized for? Like I had to assign sections a use to know what I wanted to do. So if you haven't been here the whole entire time, we have gone through all of our planners. So we did our dashboard planner first, and that I use personally for my business planning, everything planning with Jamie. And then we did our daily duo planner. So that's personal and business that I use that for, and got that all set up. And now we are on our Erin Condren vertical. This is specifically the line vertical planner. And I use this one for my fitness, health, wellness. And the last few weeks, I have not. And I am feeling it. I'm feeling the effects of not using it. And so that tells me it's working when I do use it. And so I need to get back into it. I love it. I guess the only other thing Erin Condren could do to make everything better is to put this planner in with the Dashboard Daily Duo planner. And that way I just have one planner to pull around. And I have to say, if they had to make that into a 3-month planner instead of a 6-month planner, I'd still buy it because it would have everything I need in there. But if I didn't have these planners assigned to the different reasonings, I feel like I'd be pretty lost on what to use it for. Like the dashboard planner outside of my business, I didn't need that much space for everything I was doing. Like I liked how my week at a glance was laid out. That worked really, really perfect for me. And so, yeah, I'd be a little bit lost, but that's also why I try to brainstorm different reasons to use stuff for you guys. Because if stuff is assigned a purpose, it makes it easier to use. All right, yellow is up here. Good, and then red, and then orange. All right. If you are just checking in, let me know who you are and where you are from. I absolutely love knowing who all I have on here. If you're new, let me know to make sure, if you guys could, go like this video and make sure you're subscribed too, because I have to say, I love doing lives with you guys, and I just don't see enough of it in the planner community, and I really enjoy it. I go and watch live. There's quite a few crafters that like sell like pins, and as they're making it, they go live, and it's just so fun watching people do their craft live and having like an open dialect and all this kind of stuff going on, or dialogue going on. And so, yeah, I watch her, and she goes live really consistently, and I absolutely love that. Hers is a little bit easier because it's face forward and you could see her like holding stuff and doing it, versus mine is like writing in a planner. Like it has to be top down. And so then I feel like it, my face isn't in it. It's not as personal sometimes, but y'all know my voice. So it still works out in the long run. Okay, this orange will come all the way over here. And then our reds. Perfect. One thing I'm thinking that I need to do before the school year starts is I need to go through my email and like delete old emails. So I'm kind of good at this, kind of bad at this, all at the same time. So I need to go through and get that done so that stuff doesn't overlog the system, like storage space. And I need to also, so I always use my bottom one for my food tracking. And so that's where food log comes. But I'm really good about going back through and deleting videos and photos and all that kind of stuff, especially with being a content creator, it uses a lot of storage on your phone. And so I try to weekly just like scroll through and delete stuff as I go. But I feel like in June, I wasn't as good about it because traveling. So I need to go back through and do those ones. All right, food log. And then I like my exercise up here. And then I like my focus in the middle is how I lay these down. Perfect. Got a couple of them over here for us. And exercise, I put that one too high. Exercise isn't going to help me lose weight, but it is going to tone my body. But more importantly, it helps me feel better. I feel better. It gives me motivation and gives me energy. It helps me sleep better. In return, that'll help me lose weight. That will also help me be like less stressed and have more energy and all this kind of stuff. So I feel like the days that I'm active are like very helpful. And so if you've been around for a while, I've been moving my treadmill around, which is 540 pounds. Yes, we learned that. We've been moving it around to encourage me to use it. So it was in the basement, out of sight, out of mind, is what I was finding with that. I would use it during the school day and stuff, but then I don't know. If I got busy, it wasn't there. Then we moved it upstairs to my office, but that just like my office is right inside our front door. And so it was like slap you in the face when we had visitors over, I felt like. And so I decided instead of that, we need to put focus. Instead of that, we put it in our living room, which I have used it more there than I have used it in any of the other locations. So I think it was the right choice. It looks nice, even though it's huge. It's like behind a couch and all that kind of stuff. You could tell there's a treadmill in there, but it doesn't bother me. But it comes down to this is my health and my wellness. And if that's where I want it, then that's where I'm putting it. So everybody's been fine with it, except for my dog. I had to move her kennel forward some because this is where her kennel was. And that dog is so attached to her kennel. She doesn't even need it. Like the dog can stay out of her kennel while we are gone and she is fine. And she's not in it at night at all. It's literally if we're not at the house is the only time she gets kenneled. And we have tried to put this kennel away multiple times and the dog will not let us. She wants her kennel. Even while we're here during the day, she'll go in there and she'll lay down in her kennel. And I'm like, you know what? If that's your comfort zone, then that's okay. She's almost 100-pound dog, so it's a huge kennel. Huge. But if that's what she wants, I'm not going to take it from her. So luckily, I could slide it forward and my treadmill would fit behind it perfectly. So it all worked out. I just laugh at my dog because she had a crisis about her kennel moving. And she just stood there and stared at my treadmill like, move this thing, Mom. And I told her, that's not getting moved. You've just got to walk around the other side of the couch to get into your kennel. All right. Okay, plans. Hi, Jamie. I'm from New York City, currently crocheting instead of planning. I love crocheting or knitting. Those are fun. The other thing I tried to take up, not tried, I like doing it. I just need to make it a priority, is punch needling. So all things yarn is fun to create with your hands. I think that's why I like my sticker business too. It just gives me a creative outlet and it's just fun because we all need that. What are you crocheting? Like, what are you making? My daughter learned how to crochet too, and she has made each kiddo for Christmas. She made them all their own blanket. And then I feel like she should, there's all the stuffed animals that everybody crochets. I feel like she should learn how to do that because I think that would be a fun little thing for her. Okay, let's put in our water trackers, and then we've got to get log food in here. There we go. The water trackers help me too, because I have to say I'm not awesome about drinking water. I love it. Like, I love the taste of water, all this kind of stuff. I just get busy and I just forget to drink. And then I feel sluggish and all this kind of stuff. And I've given myself kidney stones over it too. So I need to like ramp it up. And hot days like today, it's really easy to ramp it up. So if I have water next to me, I do really, really good. And if I don't, then I just never go and get it. And next thing you know, it's almost supper time. And I'm like, I've barely drank water today. So it's surprising. All right. We need to get log food back out. Oh, I need to see if I have more because we are almost out of it. Let me see. All right. I don't know if I have another one pulled yet, and then I'm going to look. Nope, we just have laundry days. So everything that is in, I don't know if you guys have been around long enough for this, but my Pokemon trading cards, I found this for like 99 cents at a garage sale or a secondhand store. I forget which one because I pulled it off. But this works so perfectly. And I put everything in here alphabetically when I have extra sticker sheets. And that way, when I go looking to see if I have extras for it, like I know to look in here. So absolutely love this thing. Always think out of the box. Let me see if I have more log food pre-cut over here. If not, we'll bypass it and I'll come back to it. I am looking real quick though. I do. I have more. Yay. All right. Brand new sheet here. We are good. You are crocheting a cup holder. That sounds cute. Are you doing like fall colors or do you have summer colors? What are you doing? All right, log food. So how I use the log food, so I write everything down that I eat on this Thursday, right? And so it goes breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks. I write everything down. Generally, as I'm eating, I put stuff into my Fitness Pal. I try to put it in prior to eating because it'll be eye-opening where you can cut some calories once you're aware of the calories. So then once I have everything in my Fitness Pal, I put a little check mark next to it. And then when I know it's 100% correct and ready for me to write my macros down, I'll highlight this out. And that way I know everything is done. Or if I have everything at least written down here, I'll put a check mark to be like, this day's complete. It needs to get into my Fitness Pal. Once it's in my Fitness Pal, then I highlight it off. So if I see a check mark and a highlight here, I know that this is my true data that I can track. So hopefully that helped you out a little bit, but all right. Log food. We got to put our work schedule in here too. Although recently for work, because it had cooled down this last month, or not month, last week, I have been able to go for some walks. So like on my lunch break, the one day I got a mile walk in, even with eating and everything. So it was beautiful weather out. Okay, so log food. I like a little area to be able to journal is what is going to be coming up. We don't have much on here, but let me I like to try to put down, I'm trying to think if I want to put down the icons or not, is what I'm trying to decide. But I'm also deciding we don't have sports this next week, so I should push myself into it. I just have to like get a good workflow going. Generally, when the kids go back to school is when I'm way better about all of it, because they can get to school and then I have like a routine that I do and it works out. So Tuesday and Friday was my work days. Let's put them down here. Tuesday, Friday. There we go. And that way I know if that affects it. And then on the new kits, you will have 7 of the strength and 7 of the shoes also. So you won't have to pick and choose. So if you want the boxes, and because I believe, let me flip to this August. I believe what I did was what I'm getting ready to say to you guys. Okay, so if you want this look and the rings, that's fine, because I have these rings literally sold separately in a sheet and it has 28 of them. So you get a whole entire month's worth for these rings. And so what I end up doing with the new one, so this is the new kit. The only other things you would have to purchase for this is the rings and then the log food. So log food doesn't come with it, but everything else you're seeing here comes with it. So the boxes is going to be what my focus is going to be. Like, what one am I going to go harder on each day? So here I'm going to strength train harder than I'm going to do the cardio. Here I'm going to do the cardio harder. And in fact, I said I'm going to do a rest day for the strength training just because of schedule. Do harder on strength training, harder on cardio, rest day. Harder on cardio, harder on strength training. And so I tried to look at my schedule and kind of base it on there. This is going to be like a little journaling area. And then I'll use my food log all the same that I did. But I really liked the idea of kind of having all of this on one page. So that's what future ones are going to start looking like. We are putting these up here and I'll need to grab a couple out. And I mean, there's plenty of times, obviously, that I have nothing to write next to this, and that is fine. But it's at least there. Like if it's in my face all the time and I'm not filling it out, then I'm more apt to actually start scheduling it in, because it's embarrassing not to fill it out all the time. So we're just going to put one of these automatically on every single day. Even on work days, you know, there's a great chance that I can't do it. The other reasoning I want to start focus. Sorry if you just heard Kova coughing. I tried to mute it in time, but I don't think I got it. The other reason why I want to start focusing on strength training, I have had neck pain and shoulder pain. And I have gone to a chiro for 12 weeks straight, and it's still there. And I think a lot of it is like a strength-based issue too. Like physical therapy probably would have been a little bit better. And so I'm also going to start going for massages and see if that helps loosen up. A lot of it is because sitting at a computer and looking down, or when I do dishes, I'm looking down. When I do laundry, I'm looking down. When I'm at work, I'm looking down. Like it's that weight of your head just making stress on your neck. And then it shifts over into your shoulder and all this kind of stuff. So I am trying to take care of myself. But yeah, I'm tired of the pain. And so some of the strength training I think would be very beneficial for my shoulder and my arm and stuff. And I felt great when I was lifting weights. Oh my gosh, felt the best. All right. The other way I try to get steps in or get some activity and everything is like if I'm sitting and waiting on a kid, I can go walking. I can get stuff done. Sometimes if I'm sitting waiting on a kid and I can't get out of my vehicle, I take my work stuff with me and I do work stuff, whether it be on the computer or paper and pencil, whichever way. But then other times, like I'm sitting waiting for football practice to get done. Guess what? I can do a few laps and I can get some steps in that way. So it's trying to find the opportunity as often as you can. Okay, let's take a peek at this. Clean up our area here. Oh, guys, that's gorgeous. That looks so, so good. I'm really, really happy with this. It has all the information that I need, like literally all the information that I need in it. And then we have also our daily duo that we did together. Let's get back to the main sections. And I've already filled out like some stuff tomorrow that I know I need to get done. We have our dashboard all there. And then we have what is going to be our brain dump. And that was so helpful the previous week. And then I just highlight off stuff as I get it done. And that way, like the more highlighting I see, the more productive that I feel like it worked. And then it starts stamping in my brain like, hey, this worked because of A, B, and C. And then I can reproduce it for the next week too. So, all right. Does anybody have any questions or anything? I think we're going to be getting off. We're at 2 hours and 15 minutes already. And I love all of you guys that have hung out together with me. Absolutely love it. I love that you guys are sitting down and doing some crocheting and some of your time frame and all this kind of stuff. And hopefully a few of you guys even got your pre-planning done for the week like I just did. I still have to do my meal plan. I still have to do my grocery list and my grocery pickup order based on my meal plan. I need to do a digital declutter that I usually do every single week. And then we already did the house reset this morning, so that's all done. And so it's just the brain dumps for my business and the brain dump for personal life that I still have to do. That is the one thing with this turning into the business brain dump. I'm missing my personal life brain dump. And sometimes I just do that on a piece of paper, but I like seeing it in here. So I guess I've just got to figure out a way to make that work. And I guess one way I could, let me look at this and see how I think this page could really just turn into, because this is going to be for the next week. This page and this page could be for week 32, and this could be my personal brain dump, and this could be my business brain dump. And then I could put the weekend together, although my weekend is like really, really busy too. So part of me wants separate pages, but I could make Saturday and Sunday all together. I'm going to think about that this week. I'm going to think what I feel about that and see if that's something that I want or not. But Bonnie, you put away your laundry. I'm so proud of you. That is probably one of my least favorite parts about laundry. Well, I have to say the hanging up. It's not even putting the folded laundry away. It's the hanging up the laundry. And I have no idea why, because that's the easiest part of laundry, but it's my least favorite part of laundry. So All right. Would you be open to doing more shop vlogs? You are in store because shop vlog number 10 is already recorded. I've got to edit it and get it up for you. So I am doing more of those because I really enjoy doing those, I have to say. And then a few of the times I've gone live doing stuff could very easily be shop vlogs. I just don't have time to do the actual like editing and everything. So I'd rather hop on live with you guys so that you get a little bit of both sides of it. So yeah, more shop vlogs are coming. You are completely right. I love watching other places with shop vlogs. My holdback on those quite often was just having kids' personal stuff in the background, like always being worried about personal stuff, like showing too much in the background. And the idea of always having to like double check stuff or move kids' stuff because they had school items in my office, that was always stressful. And so the way I ended up working around there was I moved their school bag station out of my office. Also because they're just getting quite old and the bags are getting heavy. And I was a little bit concerned about if it was going to start tearing off the wall with 3 kids having heavy bags on it all the time. So I took it off the wall and I moved office stuff around, and I feel like it's working out well. So you'll definitely get more shop vlogs. You're definitely getting more lives, both on YouTube and Instagram. And let me know if you do Instagram lives. Like, are you over on Instagram with me? If you're not, you should be. We also have a Facebook community page for Planning with Jamie that you should be over there too. And so I'm trying to figure out like how to do all this live stuff on Instagram. That's a completely new part for me. So, all right, we're going to get off. Thank you guys so much for being here. You all rock. I hope you guys have a fabulous week. I hope you guys really enjoy before the kids go back to school, and enjoy this last year if you are soon to be an empty nester. So, all right, bye guys.